Hello YouTube. I know today I probably look a little bit sketchy and worse than usual because the the software that I usually use to shoot and edit my videos um isn't working uh, at all today. So I had to go with the software that came with the computer. Okay, so hold on. That's better. Okay, so we're gonna get to the first three variations. So the A has three variations, and one of them is sort of odd. So first, um, we had the A minor, which is, the second on the B, second on the G, and second on the D. Well, if you move these two fingers down a set of frets, or up, whatever you want to call it, and drop your finger in on the first fret of the B string, you have an A minor. And I'll tell you exactly what frets those are. And it sounds like that. So you have your middle finger on the D, second fret of the D string. You have your ring finger on the second fret of the G string, and then you have your pointer finger on the first fret of the B string, and again that sounds like this. And then you have your A2. I probably misspoke earlier when I said there were only three variations. There's only three variations that I know of. Okay, so we have our D2. Sounds like that. And it is the D2 sounds like this. And it is the D string second fret and the G string second fret. That sounds really nice. Okay, and then we have this A. I'm thinking this is like an A9, and let's see, it's played. Oh. Okay, yeah, like this. It's a bar chord. So you bar the whole fifth fret right here. And you put your pinky on the seventh fret of the D string, and you put your ring finger on the seventh fret of the A string, that should sound like this. And that doesn't sound great, but it's one of those powerful chords. As a matter of fact, I think that's, yeah, it's called a power chord. Okay, so let's go over to the B. And I don't know a whole lot of variations on this. So our B is like this. And to make it a B minor, you add in your middle finger on the 3rd fret of the B string. I don't know if that makes a whole lot of difference, but pointer finger on the 2nd fret of the A string, middle finger 4th fret of the D string, pinky finger 4th fret of the G string, middle finger 3rd fret of the B string, and once again that sounds like this. And you got your blues B right here. I'm not sure exactly what this is called. I think it might be called like a B7 or B9, something like that. So, sounds like this. Or if you want to play it more slowly, sounds very bluesy if you ask me. But that is middle finger 2nd fret of the A string, pointer finger 1st fret of the D string, and then ring finger 2nd fret of the G string. Wait. Yeah, like that's right. And once again, it sounds like this. Okay, so now let us go to the C, and this is C major. Okay, so you take your 1st finger, put it on the 1st fret of the B string, take your middle finger, put it on the 2nd fret of the D string, take your ring finger and put it on the 3rd fret of the A string, and that should sound like this. Okay, now you got your C7 here, which is basically just the C major without, your pointer finger or index finger. And as you can get away with playing it like this, a true C, I want to say 7 is with your ring finger on the 3rd fret of the B string, 2nd sounds like that. Sounds very good. And if you drop your pinky finger in there on the 3rd fret of the E string, it sounds like this. Not that it sounds a whole lot better, but you know, that is your C. Okay, let us move on to D. And this is a very simple one to do variations on. So your standard D is gonna be your pointer finger on the 2nd fret of the G string, ring finger 3rd fret of the B string, and then middle finger 2nd fret of the E string, and that sounds like this. Okay, and then I'm not sure if this is a D7 or D9 or what, but you add your pinky in on the 4th fret. That sounds like this. Sounds like this. And then if you take both of your pinky and your middle finger away, that is a D2. And that sounds very good. I use the D2 a lot because I think it just sounds very good. And it's easier than doing the standard D like this. Also, I think it sounds better. And then we have a D minor, which is pointer finger or index finger, whatever you want to call it, 1st fret of the E, middle finger 2nd fret of the G, and finally ring finger 3rd fret of the B. And it sounds like this. Sorry. Yeah, that's not the best, I suppose. But, you know. Okay, so let us move on to E. Well, like we practiced before, we have the E minor, which is pointer finger or index finger on the 2nd fret of the A string, middle finger 2nd fret of the D string, and that sounds like this. Okay, so where you're, for the E major, you're gonna put your middle finger and your ring finger where your index finger and your middle finger were. Okay, so put your middle finger on the 2nd fret of the A, put your ring finger on the second fret of the D, and then put your pointer finger or index finger on the first fret of the G. Wait, yeah, that's G. Okay, so, and that sounds like this. I'm not sure if this is a variation on that, but I've heard it done that way before. So just drop that pinky in there on the I guess it would be the second fret of the G. Wait. Okay, and as for our last variation on the E, it is like this, and it's a little bit difficult to play. Although you could probably get away with playing it like... Okay, so what I'm doing there is that my first finger, my pointer finger or index finger, is on the second fret of the A string. My middle finger is on the second fret of the D string, and my ring finger is on the third fret of the B string, and that sounds like this. And you can add the pinky in there on the E string on the third fret. Don't know if that sounded right or not. Okay, and then after E we have F. Okay, so a standard F would be like this. And that is pointer finger or index finger, first fret of the B string, middle finger, second fret of the G string, and then ring finger, third fret of the D string, and that sounds like this. And you can add that pinky in there. Not sure what chord that is. Very hard to play and actually sound good. You can add the pinky to the E string on the third fret. Sounds like this. Very nice chord. Okay. Variation on the E. Sorry, the F. So we have F that's similar to the B, and you bar this whole second fret here. Then you drop your ring finger on the 4th fret of the A string, drop your pinky finger on the 4th fret of the D string, and that's your F, or that should be an F sharp minor, I think. And that sounds like a very powerful chord. Let's see, another, okay, I can't think of any right now, but finally we have the G, and I don't know a whole lot of variations on that. So, that's our standard G right there. And it is the middle finger on the 3rd fret of the E string. That's low E. And when we say low E, we're not saying in comparison to the floor, we're saying in pitch. So, index finger or pointer finger on the 2nd fret of the A, and then we drop our ring finger in on the 2nd fret of the B, and that sounds like this. That's a standard G right there. Then we can drop our pinky finger in on the E string, 3rd fret. And that doesn't add a whole lot, but you know, sounds pretty nice. Okay, and so our final variation on the G is right here. You take your index finger off, or pointer finger, whatever you want to call it, and then you put your middle finger basically where it was on the 3rd fret of the E string, and you mute the 3rd fret of the A string, or you just mute the A string, which basically means you have your finger covering that, string, but you're not pressing it down. And that sounds like this. Okay. But you can, play around with that. Also, we'll cover hammer-ons and pull-offs another time, As a matter of fact, I think this is it for this video. If you liked my video, please rate, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. If I don't see you in the next video, I'm gonna be pissed.